DaVinci Resolve 20 contains more than 100 new features, including an incredible collection of never-before-seen AI tools designed to speed up every stage of your post-production workflow so you can focus more on the creative aspects of filmmaking. Let's get started. There are extensive updates to both the cut and edit pages in this release. Among the most powerful are the new AI tools. AI IntelliScript automatically generates a timeline based on the original project script. First, transcribe the audio of all the clips you wish to use in your edit. Next, select the clips, right-click and choose Create New Timeline using IntelliScript. A dialog window will prompt you for the script text file. IntelliScript matches the transcribed clips against the script and generates a timeline of selected best takes. Alternative takes are placed on additional tracks and disabled to allow you to review and compare them afterwards. IntelliScript doesn't require the dialogue to be the same in every take. Even similar wording will be matched. And, even if you don't have a script, you can create one by exporting the transcription of the scene's master take and then using that as the basis for the IntelliScript timeline. The audio transcription engine in DaVinci Resolve now supports over 60 languages, including Hindi, Cantonese, and even Maori. And the subtitle track now supports Fusion templates that animate speech as it is spoken. After generating captions on the subtitle track, open the Effects panel and scroll to the Animated Fusion titles. Drag an effect onto the subtitle track header and watch the captions pop, slide in, and highlight to grab your viewer's attention as you speak. When adding music to a timeline, it can sometimes be difficult to cut the length of a music track to the duration of a scene. The AI music editor will extend or shorten a music track to a specific length based on the intuitive loops and edit points commonly found in music. First, select the clip and go to the Inspector's Audio tab. Under AI Music Editor, enter your target track length and click Adjust. Or select Live Trim and drag the audio clip to the desired location. The music editor will intelligently find natural edit points in the track based on the music composition and change its duration without using time compression, expansion, or altering the pitch. The result will immediately be visible on the timeline with indicators showing where the track has been edited. Use the version buttons to check out alternative solutions to the audio edit. You can even decompose your edit and use the sections of music separately if you wish. When editing to the beat, you can now right-click and select Show Music Beats to analyze audio clips containing beat-driven music and automatically place markers to indicate beats. Use these as visual indicators for cut points, or drag the snap clips to the beat markers at the nearest frame. The AI Audio Assistant will analyze the audio tracks in your timeline to create a pro-level audio mix. When working on a timeline with audio elements that are not mixed or balanced,
a lot of our bread and butter over the years has been these National Geographic expeditions.
Go to the Timeline menu and navigate to AI Tools Audio Assistant. A dialog will prompt you for a delivery standard and then take you through the mixing process as the audio assistant organizes your tracks, evens out dialogue levels, adjusts sound effects and music to the dialogue track, and automatically creates a mastered final mix.
A lot of our bread and butter over the years has been these National Geographic expeditions, and this
is the perfect tool for editors who wish to simplify their audio workflow and feel more confident in their final mix. Use the revolutionary AI Voice Convert tool to apply a pre-generated voice model to an existing voice recording, retaining its inflections, pitch variation, and emotion. Right-click a dialogue clip and choose Voice Convert to get started. DaVinci Resolve comes with 4 pre-built voice models, but you can always generate your own using sample recordings. For privacy and security, this voice generation and conversion is performed entirely on your local device, ensuring no unauthorized uploading and web access, even in cloud-based workflows.
This afternoon we've rigged up the Pixis on the gimbal.
After rendering, the track will play with a selected model voice.
This afternoon we've rigged up the Pixis on the gimbal.
Yeah, it's great. This is the most beautiful place I've ever been.
Yeah, it's great. This is the most beautiful place I've ever been.
from sailing the chundering massive waves of the Drake Passage.
This tool can be used to improve your own voice if recorded in a noisy environment, or for creating perfect ADR using the original actor's own voice, among many other applications. AI Dialogue Matcher matches one piece of dialogue to another, matching tone, level, and room ambience. First, select the primary reference clip.
Look at this bad boy.
More of an ambient sound.
This is a master.
Our target clip is way drier and more intimate.
Getting feedback from trusted partners.
In the clip menu, choose AI Tools, Dialog Matcher, Capture Dialog Profile. Click the target clips you wish to match and choose Apply Dialog Profile.
Getting feedback from trusted partners.
This is a master cloud story.
Use this tool to match dialogue recorded in different environments, on different devices, or on shoots spanning several days. The Edit and Cut pages now feature a dedicated keyframes palette for easier navigation and editing of keyframed parameters. Switch between the keyframe curves and parameters mode to control keyframe placement, animation speed, and easing style. Additionally, you can expose the keyframe tray at the bottom of the Edit page to view all the keyframes of the currently selected clip on the timeline. When working with vertical timelines, the layouts of the Cut, Edit, and Color pages will automatically be optimized for working with a vertical screen. This ensures there is no wasted space in the viewer panel and reduces the need for zooming when working vertically. And, if you use an ultra-wide monitor, dual screen operation is now supported to give you faster access to more controls. The AI Smooth Cut transition is vastly improved and can now handle longer discontinuities for seamless transitions between jump cuts. The new multi-text tool allows you to add and individually format several text layers within a single interface. Create a new text layer by pressing one of the layout icons: point, text box, or circle. Point behaves like a regular text asset with no boundaries. Text box allows you to warp or clip large sections of text to the confines of a text box. And circle will write the text in a circular fashion. Use the tabs at the top to navigate the menu formatting parameters and design and animate your text exactly as you wish. Finally, you can use the text list to rearrange, lock, or remove text layers as needed. The Text Plus tool has also been updated to include the layouts point, text box, circle, or path styles, meaning you can control the layout of your text graphics with greater flexibility than ever before. When working with PSD files on a timeline, you can now right-click and choose to split the PSD layers in place in order to access and work with the individual layers. In the media pool, you can now import Blackmagic Cloud folders that have been shared with you across multiple Resolve projects and without the need for a Resolve project library. These will appear as virtual folders and clips until they are used in the project, after which they will be added to the media pool. Unused media will remain virtual. This allows collaborators to share a large repository of media they might use, including reference clips, titles, or sound libraries, and allows you to access and review all your available media while keeping your project media pool focused and organized. Also in the media pool, you can now drag clip thumbnails to sort them in any order you like. First, select the Sort Order icon in the media pool and choose Custom. At the bottom of the list, you can opt to have the thumbnails snap to grid for tidier media management. Then, drag and drop video clips and images around the media pool as needed. You can even select the clips and create a timeline based on this custom order. In the Cut page, new features help you edit faster and with greater precision. You can now drag in the viewer to live overwrite a camera angle directly onto the timeline. With either the sync bin active or when working with source tape in multi-source mode, drag horizontally to live paint at the playhead position, or drag down to turn the angle into a draggable clip. The speed editor also supports live overwriting with edit keys and the search dial. The Cut page now features a safe trimming mode that will prevent you from accidentally overwriting media at trim points. Available in the timeline options, when Trim with Safe Edit is enabled, you can drag the trim points of clips to fill gaps in the timeline without fear that you will affect neighboring clips. When you do reach a cut point, your action will be briefly paused by a timer. Keep dragging to override the timer and trim the adjacent clip with purpose. A new voiceover palette lets you quickly record a voiceover track during timeline playback. Activate in the toolbar and use the cue, record, and stop controls to record to a new dedicated voiceover track at the bottom of the timeline or any target audio track. Additional controls let you choose your recording setup, load and work with a prompt or script, and perform cleanup with the voice isolation, dialogue leveler, and stereo fixer tools. The new audio mixer panel allows you to easily balance and adjust your audio tracks. Each channel strip includes a left to right pan slider, fader, solo, and mute buttons. Click Expand to see the full range of audio tracks and check your loudness levels. A new metadata palette allows you to quickly review the camera angle, scene, shot, and take of a clip, as well as its frame rate and resolution. Activate by clicking the metadata icon next to the search field while the viewer is in source clip or source tape mode. There is also a new dynamic trim mode that you can select in the track ruler header. When the playhead appears yellow, you can slip or slide using the JKL keys on a keyboard or using the edit action and the in and out keys on the speed or replay editors. In the edit page, AI Multicam SmartSwitch can automatically switch multicam angles based on the active speaker in a scene. After you have created your multicam clip, which now supports the selection of a single reference audio track, place it on the timeline and enable multicam mode in the source viewer. Click the AI Multicam SmartSwitch button and configure your edit preferences. There are two modes, one for when you have a mic on each person, and the second, unique to DaVinci Resolve, for when you have only a mixed audio source that is common for all speakers. This tool not only analyzes audio for individual speakers, but can also utilize the video for lip movement to switch angles based on who is currently talking. In the edit page source viewer, the new source tape mode allows you to navigate a string out of all the media in the active bin. This allows for much faster review of dailies and quicker rough cut assembly. Another new mode allows you to turn the source viewer into a second timeline viewer. This means you can have two timelines open at the same time for comparison and simultaneous editing. The Timeline tab will highlight the active timeline viewer labels, blue for the source viewer and red for the timeline viewer, allowing you to jump between edits and retain focus on the correct viewer. This feature is even more powerful when working with stacked timelines. With both timelines open at once, you can quickly compare alternative edits and drag and drop media between the timeline panels. Conversely, you can also open source clips as a timeline, allowing you to view the entire clip length in order to set in and out points or markers, which can be helpful when working with long sources. Audio adjustment or cross-patching can also be handled in the Inspector's File tab Audio Configuration area. The edit page also has a new voiceover feature. Click Record Voiceover in the toolbar and indicate the file name, audio input, and destination track in the dialog. You can also use the Options menu to specify additional parameters, like input monitoring and adding a countdown in the viewer. When ready, click the microphone icon to start recording. The Fusion page introduces several major updates, with the first one being the introduction of a compositing toolset for deep images. A deep image is an EXR file that contains multiple color, opacity, and depth samples per pixel. This allows for extremely accurate and flexible depth-based compositing. You can view deep images in the Fusion viewer as normal, or you can view them in Fusion's 3D environment by using the Deep to Points node. Deep images can be manipulated with a range of new nodes allowing you to merge, transform, resize, crop, recolor, and generate holdouts. However, unlike a 2D node, these nodes accurately account for the depth contained in each deep image. For example, the demerge tool combines pixels based on their depth samples, so there's no need to arrange sources in layer order. Or, where you'd normally have to composite one image over another, you can now composite one image inside of the other. Deep image support in Fusion also allows you to render deep images directly from Fusion's 3D environment and even export deep EXRs with a Fusion Saver node. Fusion has now implemented support for multi-layer images across all nodes. This means Fusion can read multi-layer EXRs or Photoshop files, preview the layers in the viewer, and access and manipulate any layer in any node. The main way to interact with layers is through the Layers subcategory on the Selected Node Settings tab. Here, you can use the Process Layers dropdown to choose which layers receive the output of the active node. The Input Layer dropdown lets you choose which input layers to process. By default, this will match your Process Layers selection, but you can also choose a single input layer. This powerful workflow allows you to access layers at any point in the composition to adjust your image or to combine layers to build a new layer or even a final composite. Fusion now natively supports EXRs that include cryptomats. Cryptomats define all aspects of a CG render, allowing you to efficiently isolate specific assets, objects, or materials and manipulate them independently. The new vector warping toolset brings a range of tools that can be used for digital makeup, precise mapping of images onto complex dynamic surfaces, motion vector-based noise reduction, and other creative vector warp-based effects. Fusion now has an enhanced dome light tool, allowing you to light your Fusion 3D scenes with 360 HDR eyes. The VR 360 tools have been extended to now support VR 180. Not only can you adjust VR 180 images with tools like Spherical Stabilizer, Lat-Long Patcher, and Panomap, you can now also render 3D scenes to VR 180 using a spherical camera and Renderer 3D. In addition to these major updates, Fusion has received various quality-of-life updates, including user-selectable start frames for compositions, the ability to view a clip's active color grade through the Media Out node, and faster GPU acceleration for various tools. The color page has seen substantial upgrades in its existing tools. In the Color Warper, the new Chroma Warp lets you create natural looks using an intuitive warp interface. Use the normal stroke mode to select the color in the viewer and drag to simultaneously adjust its hue and saturation. Use point-to-point mode for greater precision. Isolate specific color ranges and shift them as needed. Add pinpoints to isolate regions you do not want to affect. And use the parameters in the sidebar to further refine your selection. AI Magic Mask has been completely updated with an all-new process that produces far more accurate tracks and now operates within a single mode, allowing you to select people and objects faster and with greater results than ever before. Use points to make selections, and the paint tools to include or exclude regions of the image. Use the transport controls at the top to analyze and track the selections, and then use the mask finesse parameters to refine the resulting matte. If desired, the legacy object mask modes remain available in the palette options. Dramatic improvements to the AI depth map effect means you can now get much quicker scene analysis and more practical mattes. As usual, after application you have the ability to adjust the resulting matte and isolate specific depths for grading. The legacy depth map tool is still available by setting the quality parameter to faster. When using the Resolve Warper effect, the new Curves Warp mode allows you to create a custom polygon with spline points for even more intuitive image warping. When working in high dynamic range formats, you now have the ability to generate HDR light level PDF reports. Multiple improvements have been made to the remote monitoring feature. You can now opt to display power windows and other overlays while remote streaming. This option has been designed for colorists or their clients who might be working on a system in a remote location and need to see overlays on their local monitor. Additionally, you are now able to remotely stream H.265 422, and remote monitoring is now available on DaVinci Resolve for Mac. DaVinci Resolve 20 supports ACES 2.0, an improvement over previous versions which offers more neutral and accurate output transforms, enhanced gamut mapping, and better HDR support, and addresses earlier issues like hue skews and workflow complexity. And the Samsung log color space has been added to the list of color management operations to give you greater control over the extended dynamic range recorded on the new S25. The Fairlight page has many great new additions and feature upgrades. Automation improvements now allow either global behavior or per-channel automation mode switching, giving you greater flexibility and speed during a mix. You can now set some channels to be in snap or latch mode and others in trim or the new trim read mode, all in the same pass. Trim read lets you trim levels up or down without writing automation in order to try different levels before committing your changes. Right-click the Track Automation button on a channel to choose a different mode, or use the default global option to follow the designated settings in the automation toolbar. The new AI IntelliCut provides powerful clip-based audio processing to handle tedious audio tasks in seconds. The Remove Silence feature analyzes your audio clips for low-level or silent areas and automatically removes these sections for a cleaner audio track. Define a range in the timeline, right-click an audio clip, and choose Remove Silence to instantly see the detected silent sections in the clip. In the dialog window, adjust the decibel threshold and other handles as needed. Use the checkbox at the bottom to add automatic fades to each
In the filmmaking process, the more fun you can make it, the better your story will be.
Checkerboard to New Tracks splits a dialog source clip to separate tracks for each speaker, allowing individual mix and processing control. It's an essential step for post-dialogue editing and mixing. Just right-click on a selection of clips, choose AI Tools, then Checkerboard to New Tracks. The clips are analyzed and then split into individual tracks ready for mixing, leaving the original clips muted. If your scene needs dialogue replacement, IntelliCut can create an ADR list from the dialogue. Select your clips in the timeline, right-click on AI Tools, then choose Create ADR Cues. You can opt to run speaker identification when working with an audio clip that features multiple speakers. Then open the ADR panel to see your new cue list and update the character names in the ADR setup panel. Fairlight now includes two new clip processing options, EQ Matcher and Level Matcher, both found in the main clip menu or the timeline's Clip Operations context menu. These clip operations let you adjust a target clip's audio to match a reference clip's level or tonal spectrum. create an EQ or level profile from a clip, and apply it to another clip as a real-time process. You can even EQ match dynamically, so it is automated across your clip to maintain a tonal match. And the results of the level matcher help you seamlessly intercut clip sections.
So now it was time.
You can now create custom effects chains with your favorite plugins and operations with the new Chain Effects plugin. Add up to 6 effects in a chain, customize settings, and save the preset. You can even combine chain effects plugins for longer chains in the chain effect slots. Over in the inspector, you'll find the improved Clip EQ with 6 bands on the Cut, Edit, and Fairlight pages. This allows for more tonal control at the clip level and matches the track EQ in the mixer. So now you can easily copy and paste settings between the clip, track, and EQ plugin for more consistent, flexible, and precise control. These final updates affect general DaVinci Resolve operation. When a new project is created in the Project Manager, you will now be prompted to assign a location for your internally generated project media. This means that files created in DaVinci Resolve, like voiceovers and voice conversions, will automatically be stored in the same project media folder. The Resolve Extras Download Manager allows you to selectively download gigabytes of various AI models and other feature add-ons. Currently, this includes the voice trainer and an extended language support model. More options will be added for downloading in the future. You can now assign custom presets to the Quick Export dialog. In the Deliver page, go to the Render Settings options, find a custom preset, and choose Add to Quick Export. This preset will now appear in the Quick Export dialog of the Cut, Edit, and Color pages, allowing you to perform quick renders without the need of a render queue. As usual, DaVinci Resolve supports an ever-growing list of codecs and deliverable workflows. This includes support for spatial video encoding, decoding Blackmagic Raw using the latest SDK 4.5, and the new Ursa Cine immersive clips. Additionally, you are now able to remotely stream H.265 422 from macOS systems and those using NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs. Many of DaVinci Resolve's beloved tools have been significantly enhanced in this version. Superscale now features 3x and 4x enhanced upscaling, ensuring the highest visual quality of all the media in a project regardless of source resolution. In the Preferences, the new Cache Management section allows you to automate the handling of old cached files and to configure audio and source clips as multi-mono upon import. Finally, we also want to mention 2 new features coming very soon. With the recent release of the Blackmagic Ursa Cine immersive camera, new tools and parameters have been developed throughout DaVinci Resolve to support Apple immersive workflows, including support for spatial audio. This means you'll be able to ingest, edit, grade, mix, and professionally deliver media for the Apple Vision Pro. The AI Set Extender generates new visual content in a scene based on a simple text prompt. This generative process will automatically fill in missing regions of a frame, creating a finished environment in shots with blanking, cropping, and limited angles. You can also indicate a custom region to create a new background behind a selected foreground object. The AI Set Extender will be a Blackmagic cloud service with details to be made available later this year. We hope you enjoy using these new features in DaVinci Resolve 20. Thank you for watching.